Hey friends, what's going on? Matthew Loop here, best-selling author of Social Media Made Me Rich. Here's how it can do the same for you. And I am live for a few minutes, so if you'd like me to critique your website, help you to increase conversion, build your collections even higher, and sales plus the people coming into your office, just drop that website down below. I'd be happy to give you some insight and feedback based on experience. Lots of opportunity this year when it comes to getting yourself out there a lot more, using social media, using AI and the tools that we have to our disposal. But at the end of the day, websites are extremely important because they help you convert. You could have the greatest product or service in the world, but if it doesn't actually convert to bring people into your office or to get somebody to click that buy it now button, it doesn't matter. So drop a comment below and leave any website that you have for me to critique, and I would be happy to do so. In the meantime, there are, I like to simplify things when it comes to just the internet as a whole. You've got the traffic component, and then you have the conversion. It's really the main things. And yes, you do have the positioning on the front end, and if you dial that in, certainly everything gets a lot easier. You're 95% of the way there. But realize that there is a tremendous amount of opportunity to improve, even on your second and third most visited pages. You got to remember, Google ranks websites. So when you have, let's say your second, and you should, by the way, if you have Google Analytics installed on your site, you should understand this, which is the first, second, and third most visited pages. There might be opportunities where you can increase your conversion very, very easily just by putting more testimonials, for example, on those pages. But again, you need to know your numbers. So when you're coming on, when you're dropping your site down below, just let me know how many visitors you're getting. If you have, let's say, a chiropractic office, how many people are coming into your office per month from Google or to your website, or if you're generating regular sales, let me know how many are coming in that way as well. So I will wait and see what we have. Just drop that down below. In the meantime, I wanted to let you know about a powerful training that we're hosting. We have a handful of tickets left. This is in Las Vegas on March 29th. That's a Saturday, where we're going to share the newest social media growth strategies that help you multiply your influence, income, and your impact. Lots of stuff has changed, and you can learn more about that at profit365.org/Vegas. And I'll put a link down in the comment section. So again, if you want me to look at your site, I see we already have one. Fantastic. Are here. All right. I'll just put that in the chat as well. There we go. Perfect. All right, so what do we have? Stu. Thanks for connecting today, man. TheLivingstonClinic.com. How many visitors are you getting per day to your actual website, Stu? Do you have those numbers? Do you have any numbers on how many patients are coming in per month as well, just from the site? It's a very clean website. I like it. As soon as I go to this actual site, I see a pop-up, the Livingston Clinic, your family's health begins with us, begin your pain-free journey, empowered life. I do like the idea of some pop-up, but I would actually wait and delay that for probably, 15 to 20 seconds, quite honestly, because if somebody goes on to your site and sometimes they might see something real quick that's a pop-up, it can actually deter them. Now, by the way, I would probably split test this on your end. So the way that it is now, if you just bump up traffic, you get more traffic to the site, and you're like, wow, we're doubling and tripling our new patient numbers. Hey, that's fantastic. But sometimes, and I've seen it happen before, where if a pop-up comes in too quick, the person's not qualified anyway. If they're not going to be on your website 15 to 25 seconds, well, they're they haven't really raised their hand in a sense. They do have some intent, but if somebody is on there for a longer period of time, it's just a higher quality. So that's something that you can absolutely split test. Say, I don't know the stats. I'd love to know, where do I look? Whoever does this website for you is probably going to have an analytics program installed. So make sure that you go and reach out to them. So I'll scroll all the way down. Who do you have here? It looks like Chiro Website Pro. I would imagine they would have some analytics platform. If they don't, just make sure that it gets installed. Google Analytics is the most popular, and it gives you an idea of how many visitors are coming, where they're coming from, and lots of just behavioral things that you can look at to get a more accurate representation. So that's great there. Which ways are you driving traffic? Are you using Google AdWords, search engine optimization, Facebook ads, Instagram, Pinterest? I mean, like, what exactly are you doing? And I'll just make some commentaries on this site. So aside from that, I like that you have a book online link in there. The phone number is at the top. The site looks like a pretty clean design overall. And I do like the fact that you do have a chat option. I've seen sometimes chat options can dramatically increase the conversion of websites. This is something that if you don't have one of those, you could absolutely split test and see if it makes an impact. Based on the site traffic, though, it may or may not. Now, let's see here, the very top, services. Do you have a testimony? Okay, so you have your reviews page, I see. No, it's actually, I'm trying to click on your reviews, and for some reason I can't click on reviews in the upper right. I don't know if that's intentional or if that's not actually working appropriately, so you would definitely check that. The biggest reason why people typically don't buy what you're selling is because they don't believe you. So we have to have a lot of testimonials on our website. I see if I scroll down, you do have that rotating bar and you've got 3 testimonials in there, but I would imagine you've helped a lot more people than that. So we need to feature social proof en masse on our website. So that, number one, that reviews tab in the upper right-hand corner of the site, that should work. I wouldn't just forward that to a Google Maps listing, by the way, as well. I would have 50, 100, or however many reviews you actually have, written testimonials, video testimonials. I would just put large amounts of social proof on that page. And then even on your scroll bar at the very bottom, I would probably have at least 10 testimonials, what patients are saying. And it's always better if you do have the face with them, if you can, if people are going to sign off on that, and the last name. It just looks more believable. But I understand if you don't want to have that or whatnot. But definitely have a lot more testimonials in that rotating bar at the very bottom. That will help for sure. Where are you at? You're in Brighton, Michigan. Okay, nice. I'm actually from Monroe, Michigan, and I've been up to Mount Brighton. I don't know if it's still there, but we went skiing there when I was little a couple times. So that's funny. Let's see here. It's SEO'd, but I haven't started to buy AdWords yet. It's really passive at this point. We do some Facebook advertising and people do look us up on the website. Got it. Well, I mean, there's definitely a lot of room for improvement with what you have here, for sure. Ultimately, the goal is to have traffic coming in from so many different directions that, you're not necessarily Google dependent or you're not Facebook dependent, but traffic's coming in from all these different areas. And some of my top coaching clients are 40 plus new patients a month very easily from Google, Facebook, and some are a lot more. But nonetheless, the more systems you get integrated, you will absolutely see an increase. But even making some minor tweaks on the site, one thing that I also wanted to mention, there are page load speed checkers out there. One of those is GT Metrics. It's always a good idea to make sure your pages load and they get the highest rating possible. To get an A rating, for instance, you can go to GT Metrics and check your homepage and whatnot. And if it gets a really high rating in the A's, you're fine. That is one of the ranking factors that Google does use in terms of overall. So just an FYI there. And by the way, if you've been featured in any media outlets, whether it's television or press release websites, if you've spoken at any prestigious institutions, you'd want to have as featured on those places somewhere above the fold on the website. Yes, we're near Mount Brighton. My wife grew up skiing there. Nice. You said, I see 10 reviews. People should be able to post reviews directly. For some reason, I can't click on that reviews link. I do, when I scroll down, I do see the reviews tab. I do see your patient testimonials, rotating bar. So just again, double check on that and make sure you do have just a massive amount of social proof. Even on that reviews page, or if you label it testimonials, you could say something like, while we've taken care of hundreds or thousands of patients over the years, here's what 55 had to say. And you really list down. because I'm telling you, the more, you're going to get just a lot more people that will convert based on the testimonial. So how do we optimize for keywords? Well, that's something that it would be good for, like, I don't recommend docs typically doing the techie geeky SEO aspect. Your webmaster would hopefully be able to do that for you in SEO, but in terms of every page of your site, like, let's say you wanted a page, let's say you wanted to rank on Brighton, Michigan scoliosis doctor. You would need to have a page that's dedicated to scoliosis #1, a very comprehensive page. And it's got to be like you go to the Mayo Clinic or go to somewhere that has a very comprehensive website page on scoliosis and have somebody do something similar on your site and rewrite it. And then now you create content, you get links to other high profile and authoritative websites, but you got to have a very, very meaty content based website in order to rank for those keywords. And then of course with videos and images, that matters as well. So your actual page might be titled scoliosis doctor in Brighton, Michigan, if that's the core keyword that you want to rank for. Eventually you'll have dozens, potentially more, just pages, not including blog posts on your website. But those are the couple ways that you can absolutely rank higher. There are programs out there, again, a good webmaster will be able to take care of just the techie geeky stuff for you to rank you a little bit higher, but there are programs out there called SEMrush or Ahrefs, and these give you competitive intelligence data in regards to SEO, how to outrank competitors. They're really slick programs. Not the average doc shouldn't necessarily be using, but you could find somebody even on Fiverr for a few dollars if you wanted to have them do a quick analysis using one of those tools and see where you might be lacking. But, or, your website company might be able to do that in general. So yeah, great questions. Lots of opportunity for growth. Thanks for checking that out. And by the way, if you guys enjoy this content, smash that like button. I love doing these types of videos for you, helping you give some feedback. And if you're just tuning in now, make sure you do watch it again, since there's just gonna be a lot of information in regards to SEO, website ranking, increasing your conversion, and all that other good stuff that I know will absolutely benefit you. So let's see what else I have here. Who was next? It's kind of hard to tell on these broadcasts. All right, here we go. And by the way, March 29th, Las Vegas, Social Media Revenue Summit, Las Vegas. We have a handful of tickets left. You can go to profit365.org/Vegas, profit365.org/Vegas. Check it out. It's going to be an amazing experience, but also great content that will keep you ahead of the time. So you can profit, create more impact and influence, and just stay ahead of everyone else. I have my finger on the pulse of this stuff, and I've got some really good speakers lined up and things in store. So, all right, so we've got Dr. Corey St. Dennis. You got calldrcorey.com. So let's check you out, Doc. Call Dr. Let me just make sure I have that input correctly. Calldrcorey.com. CRY. And as I go through this, definitely feel free to add any insight that you've learned over the years. I mean, I don't claim to know everything. I've been around the block a very long time. But there's always time to share your insights and wisdom. I love to learn, and of course, it only helps other people too. So your website, Dr. Corey, looks like, and by the way, how many visitors do you get per month to this website, and how many patients actually come in to the site? It says you're a Western Maine chiropractor. I don't, as soon as I come to this website, I don't see the phone, big in the upper right-hand corner or anything. I usually like to see the phone number somewhere along the top, because you've got a short amount of time to get somebody's attention. And if they really have an urgent need, you just want to make it very simple and easy for them to be able to take advantage for you and potentially call here. There we go. Let's see here. If you've been featured in any, I do like the fact that you have 85 plus 5-star ratings. I do like that you actually go and proactively call that out. That's social proof right there. You do house calls. Not a lot of doctors do that. So that is a unique differentiating factor. I like to see that. But again, the phone number at the top, if you've been featured in any media outlets or press or TV, that should definitely go toward the top somewhere. And if you need an example of how that might look, if you went to my my book website, socialmediamademerich.com, if you scroll down, you'll see the bar right there that has, as seen on, all these media outlets. I love that you do have a testimonials tab at the very top. That's awesome. Let's see what you got there. I click it and it brings me down to the very bottom of the site. So I only see 2 testimonials. That's not that many, so we should have a lot more. Now, the way that this site is built, you might, it looks like everything that I click on in your navigation bar, it just takes me to the same exact page. Sometimes that can make it a little bit hard if you were going to add just an enormous amount of social proof and testimonials. So I would be tempted to, have that take you, or at least have another page where if I click testimonials and it takes me down to these 2, there might be a link that says, click here for another, to read an extra 65 testimonials, like however many you have, you put them on your site. So it is overwhelming social proof. Now I see that it's actually rotating the testimonials bar, but still, it's not really a lot. You don't have any names or pictures associated with those testimonials as well, so that's not going to look as believable. I would make sure that you've got that, if that's possible for you to have those there. And if you also know that the time visited per page, like your home page, the second most visited page, and the third, I talked about this a little bit earlier, where, if you know somebody's going to the FAQ or clicking that link or the testimonials, there's opportunity to put even more social proof on those options. In terms of how you are ranking, so you're in Western Maine, it says house calls. Do you have, is your entire business house calls? Is that what it is? Just would see, let's check Google real quick. Yeah, so you've got 88 reviews on Google. It says you're in Dixfield, Maine. Now, I don't know if you're a station, call now, button is on mobile, okay, there we go. If that's your home base, and if you do take care of patients out of the office as well, that, unless I just missed it, that should be, let me just double check something, because I might have missed it. So I see the office visit, there we go. And you do have the site, okay. I'd be interested in the conversion of the site in this model, like how many visitors you're getting. Your webmaster should know this, or if you have Google Analytics installed, if you're sending 500 visitors there per month, how many of those are turning into actual patients that are calling? Once we have that, the average website converts 1 to 3%, sometimes not even that. So I'd want to see what my conversion is right now with those numbers, and then potentially make some of the adjustments that I had referenced to see how that would impact the conversion. Sometimes even a really nice welcome video, an office tour on that homepage can make a difference as well. But I like, at the end of the day, I believe in split testing, figuring out, as you said, 1,000 people there, how are they performing, what actions are they taking? And then, then you could stick a video on this page, for example, and see if that's a little bit better, if you're getting more engagement. But again, overall, it's a clean site. I'd make some minor touch-ups, but based on the little that I know about the site, I think that I'll put more in there for sure. Rural Maine, I'm the only chiropractor in my area, 1,500 visits a month on the site. Oh, okay, that's actually pretty good. 10 to 12 new patients a month. I use Facebook mostly. A lot of people book online. Okay, yeah, so even a small rural area, quite honestly, the great thing about rural areas, and I've helped a lot of coaching clients do this over the years, is people are more likely to drive farther distances to see you. So when you're running, let's say, Facebook ads or Google AdWords, you can actually expand your radius. And let's say, like you say, there's rural community, I don't know, within maybe 20 miles. If people are going to drive 20 miles to see you on average, maybe that's 10,000, 50,000 people. I don't know what it is. It's not going to take you very long to hit the tipping point in your market to where just everyone's going to know who you are. And I've got, some great examples of personal stories that I teach at my seminars and events in the courses where you'll craft different types of content story related, and then you'll put it out there, and then people get to know you at a much, much deeper level. So you kind of become the household name very quickly on a shoestring budget. So that's pretty solid there overall. But yeah, you got a lot of opportunity for growth even where you're at, but you're off to the races. So good stuff. Good stuff. If you're enjoying this content, smash that like button. Great to see you all. Thanks for joining me today on this quick website critique. I had an opening in my schedule between coaching calls today, so I was like, yeah, let me get on and help you all share some knowledge, and of course also invite you to Las Vegas, where we're hosting our Social Media Revenue Summit. We've had so many doctors over the years be like, hey man, when are you going to host an event out west? And I'm here in Atlanta. We always do it in Atlanta. This year our event is on August 16th. Here we're going to do it back at Porsche right now, but yeah, so we're like, well, let's try it Las Vegas and see what happens, and it's been going pretty well. We have a buddy of mine, Dr. Jay Greenstein, is going to be speaking on all things AI, and it's just so ridiculously fast-paced and changing that, yeah, I mean, it's just wild what's happening, but using it for hiring, using it for marketing, outreach, internal operations of the office, leadership, lead gen, there's just so many ways to apply it. So looking forward to sharing those information with you. And the first half of the day, I'm gonna teach social media growth strategies, what's working now with my top clients. And the second half of the day is all about creating passive income through the use of the internet, what we're doing, how we've launched courses, trainings, bought businesses, and all these things to generate passive income. Because I believe, and I love chiropractic, but it's very hard on the body, and you should absolutely have multiple streams of income, because who knows what the future holds, right? God forbid something happens tomorrow, but you should be prepared. It's very smart, and so it's usually one of the funner sessions that I have. So let's look now. We got Dr. Finn, finnchiro.com. Sean, what's going on, man? How are you? If you're still on, how many visitors are you getting per day to that site? And how many people are coming in per month on average from the internet as a whole? Let's see. All right, so finnchiro.com. Yeah, just from looking at it, it's very, it's clean on the eyes. Black backgrounds are not normally like that, but this actually works pretty well. So I like that. Easy to see the phone number in the upper right. I don't see any media features. I'm not sure if you've been featured in the media, but if you have, that should go above the fold too. Let's see here, got your social icons in the upper left. About patient services, review us. So I click this review us, and it takes me to, I can select pleasant, unpleasant. This is looks like a plugin probably from a different company. Personally, I'd rather have a testimonials tab up there that features the social proof as opposed to review us, because most people that are going to hit this site are probably going to be prospective new patients. You might, I'm sure you'll get some people that go to the site, want to reschedule, call the number, and you'll get patients that come there, but this is going to likely serve you better to have a testimonials. So right now your testimonials tab is under the About tab in the navigation bar, but that should go as a standalone, like services, testimonials, because then on the testimonials tab, you've got chiropractic testimonials, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all you have. I mean, we've coached together, so I know you've seen a lot more than that. You need to have a 50 plus, 100 plus testimonials on this page, preferably. I mean, if you can get the photos, like I've mentioned before, but you got to overload this page, and then you might even put a blurb at the beginning of it that says, hey, well, we've taken care of thousands of patients over the years. Here's what 75 had to say. And it could be a combination of the written and the video. And believe it or not, people will go through and they will read all these testimonials. And the more you have, it just solidifies you in their mind as the best. So that's a modification that I would certainly make there. I would also, from your standpoint, figure out your top 2 or 3 most visited pages otherwise to see where you could be having other opportunities to increase your conversion on those pages. Checking the time on the site. What is your average time on the site? A couple minutes or longer, hopefully. What's the page load speed? Because that affects how you're ranking. What does your backlink profile look like? Who's ranking to you? Who's linking to you and such. What else here? You've got back pain, auto injury, headaches. It's a very clean site to navigate for sure. If you've won any awards in particular, like best of local area, I do see that you've, if I scroll down, Facebook 5-star, Yelp 5-star, Google 5-star, but any awards where you've been featured best of locally, you would want to feature those on the website as well, or even paying. Now, just something to kind of notice, no one really cares about me or you, my name, your name, or my brand, my logo, stuff like that. When I hit your site, at least on the laptop, the desktop version, I see Finn Chiropractic right there. But and right below it, I do see we provide solutions to your pain. Our proven system identifies the cause of your challenge, rapidly addresses your symptoms, and provides a way forward to better health. The focal point shouldn't be the logo necessarily, typically. It's usually the problem that you solve, because the only thing people care about is what can you do for me? Like, what's in it for me? And so if I hit the page, and granted, I mean, this is right next to the logo, so maybe it doesn't affect the conversion that much, but just a simple direct response rule is, bam, that headline's got to grab the attention, and it's got to be like it's usually the most obvious thing on the site to start off with if you're really trying to maximize your conversion. So just take that in mind, and you can always split test that if you want to there. Otherwise, I do like the simplicity of it. Some of you all try to, and I know you've got a lot to share, a lot of knowledge, a lot of expertise, but there's just so much ridiculous stuff going on a site where you go there and I see 16 tabs and all of these links to click, but there's no very, very clear direction. And the reality is, confused people, they don't buy. Even if you've set them up, you've like totally teed it off because you've got 1,000 Google reviews. If they come to your website and they're confused, you are losing people guaranteed. So just an FYI, it's something to consider when you are trying to modify and up the conversion on your site. If you are just tuning in, make sure you rewatch this, because shared a lot of gems on increasing the conversion of your site, SEO factors and stuff like that, and many are going to potentially apply to you and what you're doing on your particular website. So make sure you do that, and again, smash that like button if you are enjoying this content. From there, trusted chiropractor, okay. Got your terms of service, privacy policy, all that other good stuff. 367 reviews, the contact page, cool. Yeah. Otherwise, start with those recommendations that I gave Sean, and that should really get you off to the races even more so. All right, who do we got next? Jen, great to see you. She says, let's see, 460 views, not 160 visits. Sorry, on 4 to 5 new patients a month. Okay, well, you've got a lot of room for improvement. Let's check out your website. Where is it at? healthyfamily.us. Let's go there. healthyfamily.us. And just a reminder, I'm searching these from my laptop, so that doesn't automatically mean the mobile version of the site is good and it's clean. Nowadays, Google, they place this massive amount of weight on the mobile version, since most people are searching. I think last statistic I read is over 70% of people are searching from their phone when they're looking for providers or something. So it's just stacked in the mobile favor. So I would make sure that it's a very clean, easy to function layout on a mobile in particular. Now, when I come to your site, just based on the desktop version, I see a logo in the upper left-hand side with a phone number and make an appointment, but there's all this white blank space to the center and to the right, and it's pretty large on the screen. I don't know if that is just from the Chrome browser that I'm using. I would double check that because you don't want too much space there. Maybe it's supposed to be laid out horizontally. That would make more sense. And then you've got your home, about, praise, blog, new patients, services. The praise is the testimonial. Want an optimal life for you and your family? Join us to unlock your inner greatness. Family video gallery. Okay, breach baby. One of the things that I would ask you is, knowing your top 2 or 3 ideal clients you want to serve. Now, I can already tell that you have a family-oriented practice. You see families, pregnant moms and such, maybe some kiddos. But like when I'm going to your site and I'm scrolling down, and I see you, picture with a baby, that relates to the practice. But when you're saying you want an optimal life for you and your family, that's a little bit vague. So, I get it, what you're trying to say there, but you might clarify that message, specifically who you're calling out, like the top 2 or 3. If you're talking to moms specifically, if your practice is 80-90% moms, well, that's a really strong sign. We can absolutely call out moms that are, are moms, we're just talking pregnancy and wellness. Are they also having some pain in there? Like, what is the ideal client coming to you for initially? And we want to kind of call out that. So I would make an adjustment there. If you've been featured in any media outlets, we should have those featured. Won any awards, that would be above the fold too. I can't, like I said, I can't get past this. That can't be, I think there's some formatting issues or something in the banner, because it's just going like there's a little thin margin where the banner is and it says Healthy Family Chiropractic. And there's just all this blank space to the white, so double check that. The colors of the site are fine. Still relatively simple to read. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 testimonials. Do we have any? Let's see here on your page, your praise page. Do we have any more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, well, that's great that you've got more on there, and then you've got the pictures associated. I love that. I would put a blurb on the praise page, again, based on how many patients you've seen. While we've taken, while Dr. Jen has taken care of 1,000+ patients over the years in the community, here's what however many had to say, and put the exact number, and then just load that up with social proof and such. Do you know how many visitors you're getting? You said 450. 450 views, not 160. Let me just look at the contact page. I would check, based on the site the way that it is, I'd be very tempted to check the page load speed as well. So if you went to a site like GT Metrics, who did this site for you? It doesn't say. Make sure your copyright is updated. It says 2020. I know it's kind of like a little thing, but if it doesn't say 2025, or at least have that in there, so some people are just like, this looks like an older site. So make sure that's updated. Check your page load speed. Like I said, GT Metrics can give you an idea of if it's got a failing or passing grade, if it's an A, and whoever's doing the website for you, it just could be maybe laid out a little bit. Yeah, I'm not sure which platform this is. Meet Dr. Jen. Blog. Now on the blog, and by the way, this brings up a very good point too, is that your blog posts, remember, Google loves meaty websites. And if you're constantly putting out unique and original content, it does help you from a standpoint of ranking higher on the search engines. So either a team member, yourself, we can always repackage content that we've shot via videos. There's some great tools and programs out there to do that for us and to transcribe, but we should always have consistent new content coming on the site. Even if you had to hire a ghostwriter, write 1 or 2 meaty articles every single week or something like that, it would be worth your while from an SEO standpoint. But yeah, from what I see, there's certainly a lot of opportunity for growth. You just need to get more traffic, because if you're talking about 4 to 5 patients a month in the area of Arizona, well, yeah, I mean, you've got a lot of growth that you could certainly see from this site. How many reviews do you have on Google? Let's check you out. Let's see here. You know how many reviews you have, Jen? You still with me? Because you're not ranking in the top 3 pack. Yeah, I don't see you on the first page there at all. So, and there are people that have 316, 600 reviews. We got to have steady review protocols in place if we don't already, for sure. So again, lots of opportunity for growth where you're at. Take those recommendations, and you can let me know if you have any questions. You're a member of our social media elite group, so you can ask them there as well. All right, so let me do one more real quick, and then I got to bounce off. If you like this, keep smashing that like button. And by the way, join me in Las Vegas, March 29th, profit365.org. I put a link down there, profit365.org/Vegas. That's profit365.org/Vegas, that you can join us and learn new profit and growth strategies that will help you, increase your impact, your influence, and your income. I'm going to teach you about passive income on the second half of the day, share with what's going on, what we're doing. And we always attract A players to events like this. I mean, we just very blessed and fortunate that the who's who typically come out, and they're just interested in growing and playing bigger. So if you are already successful and you want to network and rub shoulders with other successful doctors and entrepreneurs and just learn what's happening, what's new, and time-tested growth strategies, we definitely invite you to be there and grab one of the final tickets for that training, happening in just about a month, actually. It's at the Bellagio, too. Really nice property. So 5-star all the way. We're going to roll out the red carpet. All right, let's see. The last one. Who's got it? All right, Brent. Looks like we got EdenPrairieSpine.com, 300 site visitors a month, 5 new patients per month. Well, hey, that's great news that there's definitely a lot of room for improvement there. Eden Prairie's in Minnesota, right? EdenPrairieSpine.com. Okay, that's nice. So you do have a video on the first page, or at least audio, 7 days to back pain relief. You've got a pop-up that comes up after, about 5 seconds. I might delay that to 15 to 20 seconds at least. Like I said, sometimes that, you'll have to split test it, because sometimes it can turn people off if it comes on too quick. But I do like the fact that you're trying to build an email list. That's really smart. So great job there. The walking graphic is very clean, but now it says, I get some text up above that says WordPress content upload, so I don't know if there's something wrong with the code there. Double check that. Let me refresh the screen. Yeah, this is a clean layout overall, though easy on the eyes. Phone numbers at the top. If you had any media features, you would want to reference those and have those logos at the top as well. Testimonials. That's very easy to see. But you don't really have very many testimonials on that page. You only have 3, which, of course, you've taken care of a lot more people from that standpoint. So let's get hopefully at least 20, 30, 50 testimonials on there. And it looks like you do have a intro video, office tour. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Giving an idea people of what to expect. You can never go wrong there. You might even get some feedback, and that's one of the reasons why they chose you, because you actually gave them and set the expectation accordingly. So I do like that. I would, it's like you got 78 Google reviews, okay. You do have a little bit of social proof at the very bottom in terms of sports teams that you've worked with. Eden Prairie Eagles, Eden Prairie Lacrosse, okay, that's nice. Check your second and third most visited pages and see. Double check how the page load speed on this website to make sure that it does have a strong rating there, A, hopefully. I know I've been recommending GT metrics on this call, but there are other page load speed checkers out there as well. Let's see. You've got a blog, so that's great. Looks like that's updated somewhat regularly. Yeah, overall, this is a very clean site. I mean, it stands to reason you just need to get a lot more traffic there. The conversion at 300 site visitors, 5 new patients, that's it's converting over, what was that, 1.5 or 1.6% or something like that. So, you could probably beef that up a little bit for sure. But again, just make sure that the video, whatever that text is, it looks like it's part of a URL that's above there. That doesn't look right. I don't know why it is that way. Check on all, Chrome, Firefox, Safari, and everywhere, and see how it looks on the mobile too. Otherwise, you're looking good from that standpoint. If you're still with me, how are you driving traffic right now? Facebook ads, Google AdWords, referral based. What are you driving traffic? You are welcome. All right. Google AdWords, you're driving traffic there. Okay, that's cool. So you have a lot of other layers you could certainly put on. But yeah, just make some of those modifications, and if you have any other media features, those should absolutely go on the site, and way more testimonials. You don't have enough social proof on this website at all. You need to beef that up quite a bit. It doesn't look like that page has been uploaded in a very long time. All right. Well, hey, hopefully y'all found some value out of this training today, and hopefully you can join me in Las Vegas. It's going to be an amazing event. I want to see you all there. And we've just got some great speakers lined up for you. I'm going to share so much about social media growth because that changes real quick. And what worked a year ago in some cases is not working like it used to. And even Facebook advertising, there's been so many modifications and just things that it's important to learn. I'm going to be doing a master class on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok ads and whatnot at the training. So lots of stuff there, profit365.org/Vegas. Any questions, post them down below, and if I have a chance and have time, I will get to them. But again, thanks for tuning in, and we shall chat very soon. Cheers.